And joining me now for our weekly Regional Emergency Response Council, as well as United Way of SD&G update, is the Executive Director of the United Way right here in Stormont, Dundas and Glengarry, Juliette Labossière. Welcome back, Juliette.
Hi, thanks.
All right, so we know that application process is still ongoing for the money that was received from the federal government, but some of that money is going to start to roll out fairly soon. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We've already received 6 applications for the the Emergency Community Support Fund. I'm getting mixed up in my acronyms. There's quite a few of them now at this point in the game. So yeah, we're still accepting applications. You can find those on our website. Go ahead and take a look, but just remember the deadline is June 19th to get your application in, and it's not first come first serve, but we're looking at those applications as they're coming in, and so those first 6 will be looked at this Friday. Some decisions will be made because we do want to be able to act quickly where we can and where it's appropriate.
And maybe remind our viewers, if they haven't seen previous segments, just what sort of agencies are eligible to apply for this.
Yeah, so this is a really exciting move for us. It's the first time we're allowed to support not-for-profits directly. So it's not-for-profits, charitable organizations, and any other organization that qualifies as a qualified donee according to the CRA. So anyone who's working with vulnerable individuals right now, because we do know that COVID is having a bigger impact on our most vulnerable population. So anybody who's working with those organizations, reach out to me by email, reach out to us through our website, get a hold of us and see if you could qualify for funding, because we want to make sure that we're really helping out the people who most need it right now.
And we know that there are absolutely many such organizations in our community that have responded to the COVID-19 crisis, and it's wonderful that many of them will be receiving support through programs like this. Now, moving on, the United Way, of course, we know has its core funding formula for local agencies, and that list is growing. So why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, so we're really excited. So since the very beginning, I've always been telling you that we're doing our fundraising for the COVID, but we're also doing our fundraising for our traditional member agencies, because that's so important for us to be able to continue that work with them. And yeah, we've welcomed 3 new agencies and 4 new programs to our roster this year. So we're growing. So we'll be able to help out even more when this finishes. L'Équipe Psycho-sociale has added a new program, Ma Liste, that we will be helping fund a portion of. We're also bringing on as new members this year, 211, Diversity Cornwall, and Centre Charles-Emile-Claude.
All right, and we know that when you talk first of all about 211, that is certainly an agency that you've been working closely with lately.
Yeah, and so I'm really excited to have that partnership continue past this crisis. Even when we're outside of crisis, it's sometimes very difficult to know where to turn to get the help you need when you get laid off, when somebody is sick, when you need to take care of your parents. You just need to call one person and have that one person tell you where to get the help you need. And 211 is that organization that can do that for you. So it will be important for us to collaborate with them as we move out of this crisis, so that the people who are still in need have that right referral, that one place that they can turn to get the help they need.
And we know as well that Centre Charles-Emile-Claude, one of the other new agencies, does fantastic work in the community with seniors, especially in the Francophone community.
Yeah, and so we've partnered with them quite a few years ago, so it's fun to come back again this year. And we really are looking with them to be able to fund programs to make sure all the seniors, the Francophone seniors in town, have access to activities, because we do know that even though Centre Charles-Emile-Claude keeps their annual fees very low and their fee per activity very low, that still is a barrier for some, and we don't want that to be. And so we're quite happy and proud to be partnering with them to make sure that their activities are barrier free.
And we know, of course, that Pride Cornwall has been growing over the last several years, and it's wonderful to see them to join the roster as well. You know, this is these will be programs that would probably help from young to old, just because of the nature of that community. So talk to me about that and how it's really going to be focusing on something that wasn't serviced before by the United Way.
Yeah, and so we're not funding Pride. We're funding Diversity Cornwall's gender identification program. And so really helping those people who are going through the transgendered process get the help that they need, because there is not necessarily the specialists that they need here in town. And so getting to their appointments to Ottawa and back, or getting any of the other resources that they absolutely need to best live through that transition. It's a difficult process for everybody who's going through it, whether you're young or you're old. And Diversity Cornwall is absolutely the organization that's supporting them from A to Z. And so we're just happy to be part of that and to help that.
And of course, all this is made possible by donations from the community. So we know that the community has been very generous alongside the funding from the federal government in terms of supporting the Regional Emergency Response Council, the Local Love in a Global Crisis. But it's very, very important that people realize as well that in order to keep these regular programs going, the opportunity is still there to donate to the United Way.
Absolutely. So donate straight to the United Way to our regular donation page if you're interested. And we did keep all of our 16 traditional members. So we still have Boys and Girls, Big Brothers, Beyond 21, Triliteracy Council. They're all still there. We're still funding them. We're proud to have them. We're just really thankful that the community last year was excessively generous to us, and we were able to open our doors to new members and be able to impact even more lives next year.
Excellent. On that note, Juliette, thank you so much for joining me for this week's update, and we'll continue to follow both the United Way and the Regional Emergency Response Council's activities with great interest. Thank you for everything that you and the Council and the United Way is doing for our community.
Thank you.